Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are reacting to CS Herediano versus SV Robinhood in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16, leg 1. The early game, yes, I'm doing it because I know the Robinhood fans were hoping I'd get one of their games done during this round. So that was what did really well during the fall was that final. So, know where my bread is buttered. You know, I know where my bread is buttered. With that being said, CS Herediano contra SV Robinhood en la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF octavos de final partido ida. Herediano playing in Alajuelense. Herediano here, of course, as the semifinalists in the Central American Cup, losing to Alajuelense, who were the champions in the end. Robinhood here is the champions of the Caribbean in the round of 16. Had a bye. See what that gets them. Herediano, of course, upset Toluca in the last round. In Toluca, mind you. So, see how this goes. Starting 11s are as follows. For CS Herediano in goal, Alexander Lescano. The back four, Aaron Salazar, Fernan Ferron, Getzo Montes, Everardo Rubio. The midfield four of Elias Aguilar, Orlando Gallo, Alan Cruz, Jerson Torres. And the front two of Andy Rojas and Francisco Rodriguez. And for SV Robinhood, in goal, we have Jonathan Funkel. The back four of Sobarman, Kenny Musa, Bjorn Sandvliet, Ilario Belfour. The midfield four of Carlos Salgado, Renski Adipi, Roshi Rosbel, Dimitro Andro, and the front two of Leandro Balotelli and Jamilio Rigters. This is a Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt. And I didn't know what to wear today. So I have no Philly jersey. I have no Pachuca jersey. I have no Herediano jersey, and I don't have anything green and red. So, together. So, I just said, screw it. I'm just going to wear a t-shirt today. I don't know what to wear. I mean, it does have some blue and black on there, you know, and I do want Philly to lose. So I guess that works for Pachuca. And I woke up basically an hour before this match. So. Yeah, Lazy Tuesday, I know. I normally don't do the early matches. But it is what it is. So, I chose to be lazy. How you doing, Henry? Somewhat lazy. Herediano wearing their red jerseys with a little bit of yellow. What's the word? Yellow trim. Canucks are pursuing Jake Gensel. Okay. Robinhood wearing their white jerseys with green and red trim. I saw that, or you told me. Another signing. Yeah, they bought DeAndre Yedlin. They bought DeAndre Yedlin, yes, which I guess it works for Cincinnati. Would you wear a Solomon Rondon Pachuca jersey? I mean, yeah, if it was in my collection, I don't see why not. Why I wouldn't wear a Pachuca jersey. I don't hate Pachuca, you know. Honestly, even if I hated a team, I would still... Unless it's Montreal, I mean, I'll have every team in my collection at some point, except for Montreal. I will never do that. Even a Medico would be in my collection at some point. They do have some nice jerseys. So, yeah, Pachuca, you ain't got nothing to worry about. He would be in my collection. I don't hate y'all. Per chance. Teams are about to walk out. The only jersey I would never get is Montreal's. especially buying it. Now, if somebody sent it to me as fan mail, I ain't going to say no to it. Well, I open it, and somebody wants to troll me. Maybe I'll microwave it. Maybe I'll just put it in the back of my closet. Either way, I ain't going to straight up burn it. But I may make some content out of it. Is it a good idea to microwave this? Montreal jersey. I don't know. I mean, yeah. And the microwave I'd use is red and black, so perfect time. Yeah, I chose to do the early one because Robinhood fans, I'm sure, wanted to be here for this one. So, there you go. I'll also do Philly Pachuca right after this one, so no Orlando Tigres tonight. Might as well, if I'm on start early, might as well end early. They're going to win the MLS and Champions Cup. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Same, even iconic players who play for rivals I have in my closet. I won't wear them, but it's nice to have. Fair enough. But considering I cover all these teams, might as well have everyone but one. At some point. It's the plan. Teams have walked out. Of course, Robinhood wearing the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Champions patch. Pedro de la Vega's out 6 to 8 weeks. Massive blow for the Sounders. Well, at least Rui Diaz is still there. Decided not to bet this game. It's too volatile. Don't know what to expect. See, that's the most fun ones, though. I'm not saying bet it. But that's why these games are the most fun. Like, I mean, seriously, does Orlando Tigres look that fun, especially after Orlando got pimp slapped on the weekend by Miami? Does it really look that fun? Does Philadelphia Pachuca really look that fun after Philadelphia basically got through by the skin of their teeth against Saprissa? Oh, and by the way, played like crap on the weekend. Does it really look that fun? No. This does. This does look fun because it could go either way. Robinhood ain't a team you want to sleep on, and Herediano, well, they did just beat Toluca, so this one's going to be fun. And you could say, well, what about freaking Herediano versus Toluca? That means there could be an upset in Philadelphia, Pachuca, Orlando Tigres, possibly. I don't trust either of them with the way they've been playing. I trusted Philly before the tournament. After what they pulled, no. Orlando, well, I saw Tigres going through. I just didn't expect it to be a whipping. It will be a whipping. Starting 11 for Herediano: Lescano, Salazar, Ferron, Gallo, Cruz, Aguilar, Rubio, Torres, Rojas, Montes, and Rodriguez for Herediano. Now that one makes sense. But they were just the better team in that tie. Robinhood were the better team. They wanted it more. What can you say? They wanted it more. No clue who will win this. I got Robinhood. That may be fan service. I don't know. But I got Robinhood. I got Robinhood. No. There we go. Starting 11 for Robinhood: Fonkel, Belfour, Sanvleet, Andro, Dos Santos, Balotelli, Dos Santos. Okay. Rigters, Rosebell, Adipi, Soberman, Musa, and Da Silva. Now that makes me wonder why Thought Mob got it wrong. Oh my God, they only have 7 players on the bench. They're screwed. 7 players on the bench. 7 on the bench. Wow. I'm actually nervous. Well, I don't blame you. It's Champions Cup. They were still the better team. In that tie, they were still the better team by far. What can I tell you? Again, no. If I was going to get a Pumas jersey, it would be one. Well, actually, no. Well, no. If it was if it was CCL level Pumas jersey, I'd get a Juan Dineno. If it was now, Cesar Huerta, Chino Huerta. But one of the two. I still can't believe Dineno went to Brazil. And we're off. 0-0. That is kind of a weird camera angle. Cross in, header down. Herediano playing the first leg in Costa Rica as the prelim round winners. Of course, they'll go to Suriname next week. TFC visit Kingston. I bet 50,000 you guys can win. I wouldn't do that now. We're actually good again. Last year was the year to do that. You might just get $50,000. This year you won't. I mean, yeah, the ball's round, but we should be able to handle teams like Cavalier and Simcoe County Rovers without any worry. Last year, if we had played a team like you or Simcoe County, I'd still be scared. I'd still be clenching. Because I don't even think last year's team could have beaten a team that's a lower level team. This year, though, yeah, I'm not worried at all. Not worried at all. Tigres should win tonight. I agree. Orlando got thrashed by Miami. We all saw. I don't know why Pumas chose Funes Mori over Dineno. Funes Mori had their top tier players feeding him at Monterrey. Dineno didn't most of his time in Pumas. Like, I seriously wished that Dineno and Chino Huerta got more time together because there were some things going. There were some good signs there. I think if they got more time together, they would have been amazing together. But that's a big what if. That's a big what if. You were watching my streams about the Caribbean Cup, so that kind of works. 3 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. I'm not betting because I know nothing about Robinhood. I didn't watch the Caribbean Cup. Thoughts on this year's W Gold Cup? Pretty good tournament. Canada has a really good chance to win. And honestly, I think they will win. I think they will beat the USA tomorrow. I think they will win the final against Mexico or Brazil. They're playing really well. Canada's the favorite right now. Not just because they're a number 1 seed, but because they're playing very well. Of course, they were going to have a bad scoreline against Costa Rica. They played them 4 days before. Of course. But there you go. Dineno most likely left the Brazilian league because Europeans watch the Brazilian league. True, but it also doesn't hurt that Larcamon, who used to coach in Liga MX, went to Cruzeiro. That's probably why he went. Of course, Larcamon didn't manage Dineno, but he's seen him play. He also picked up, I think it was Alvaro Barreal. Yeah, Alvaro Barreal went to Cruzeiro as well. It was an MLS, who I'm sure Larcamon has kept a close eye on. I think he took a Leon player down there as well. Don't quote me on that, but I think he did. Larcamon took some players he knew down there. So there you go. From North America. 4th minute, which, again, Robinhood playing forward. Game looks pretty even so far. Herediano's had more possession, but both teams look like they've had their moments. Evander's back training. Good. If you lead the Brazilian League in goals, you go to Europe. If you lead Liga MX goals, you go to Monterrey. Or if you lead MLS, if you're one of the best players in MLS in goals, you go to Monterrey as well. Even though he had an opinion, he had a chance to go somewhere else, but he chose Monterrey. But still, you know what I mean. Playing forward. So, I mean, I guess it works that way. 5th minute. But if we do see Brandon Vasquez rip Cincy to shreds, probably will. Maybe Herman Berterame has a good goodbye, you know? Who knows? Plays it back. Shot over the bar. Yeah, maybe Herman Berterame has a great goodbye from Monterrey on this week. Who knows? I don't know if you've heard, but I know Rory has. Herman Berterame is the Timbers' #1 target for striker, and it looks like they're getting him. Monterrey is trying to gum up the works, but it looks like Berterame is going to Portland. I don't know if y'all heard that, but yeah, it's happening. It's close. How we doing, Connor? Berterame to Portland. Not here we go yet, but a here we go warning, so to speak. No, it could be a watch, actually, in theory. A watch that could quickly be upgraded to a warning. You know how hurricanes work. Kind of like that. Of course, like a hurricane watch is 48 hours before effects on the coast. Hurricane conditions on the coast. Warning is 36 hours. You know how this works. So they're always, unless the thing wobbles and turns, they're probably going to be under a warning after under a watch. But, you know, it's kind of the theory of it. Playing forward, Herediano. Nacho Ambriz to Santos Laguna's won 2 games already. Good for him. You know what Leon should have done? Brought him back. After they fired Larcamon for really no reason. I mean, I thought that was a stupid firing. I mean, why? But if you're going to do it, Ambriz had no job. But you got some random dude who I've never heard of. But your best manager, one of your 2 best managers in your history, you say, no, we don't want you back. You can go to Santos. You can do whatever the hell you want. We don't want you back. What? I want Ambriz to honestly win it all with Santos, just to tell them to get screwed. Legitimately. I honestly want to see it. Or Ambriz eliminates Leon in the Ligia on the way to winning a championship. I want to see it. It's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. Leon got Bava instead. Yeah, and they're not. They're still mid right now. Berterame, it's one or the other, is what it is. I'm thinking Berterame right now. But they got one ready to go. They got both loaded into the chamber. If one doesn't go, the other does. You know? I think they're working both ends. So I guess whatever happens first also happens first. But it's like, I won't go there. But they got both loaded in the chamber. Okay? spin it, whatever comes out, comes out. You know what I'm saying? Shot! Save by Fonkel. I think Bertarame, because that was their number one target, and I think they're really getting somewhere on that. But the fact that you're hearing stuff about Cabecita as well is like they have both ready to go. And if one falls, the other one goes, or whatever finishes first happens. Or in theory, you could buy both, put one on the wing and put one in striker. I mean, in theory, you could. But I think they have 2 open DP spots. But then why would you? I don't know. I think it's just one of them. 10 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. I think it's just one of them, to be honest. That's out for a throw. I'm leaning Bertarame at this point. But then again, a week ago, I was leaning Cabecita, so, you know. And I think we could see why Monterrey's going up the works. Because, again, they both have the players in the chamber. They have personal terms. They have to deal with the clubs, though. See, what I think's going on, and this is just a thought from what I've heard and what I'm putting together from third party outside looking in from other sources, reading other sources. To me, it looks like they have personal terms with both players. They have to deal with the clubs. I think they have personal terms with Cabecita, agreed, and Bertarame, agreed. It's the clubs they have to deal with. Monterrey's gumming this thing up because look at that. Cabecita has to make a decision, and now. So, because America's really pushing him to it. So what they're trying to do, what Monterrey are trying to do, what Monterrey are trying to do is hope Cabecita's the one who goes and makes his decision first, and Monterrey doesn't have to sell Bertarame. That's probably the plan. That's why they're gumming up the works. So again, I think both players have agreed personal terms. It's the clubs that have to agree. And America's way more willing to sell Cabecita, but he's got to make his decision. Bertarame and Monterrey, on the other hand, Bertarame wants to go. Monterrey don't want him to go. So it's like it's a waiting game. And Monterrey knows that if Cabecita makes that decision, he's a Portland Timber and Bertarame isn't. So that's the way it looks to me. Nacho and Breeze, please send Preciado to Toronto, and Ryan's on your side 100%. Well, I was on his side after Chris Armas kicked his ass. But yeah, send Toronto Harold Preciado, and I've always liked Ambrice, but hey, you ain't living that one down. You ain't living that one down losing to Chris Armas in 2021. You ain't living that one down. It was the last good times I had rooting for that club until about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, you're not living that one down. But yeah, we need a striker. Give me Harold Preciado. If we do, I think we're on fire. Monterrey would be at a loss much more if they lose Bertarame than America. If they lose Cabecita, the Dutch guy's looking good. Yeah, but here's the thing. Brandon Vasquez. I don't know. I'm just a huge Ambrice admirer. His Leon was amazing. I would have liked him over Jimmy Lozano. It was a better option than Coca at the time. If they went Ambrice instead of Coca, I don't think Lozano would have even been a thing, personally. Now, I've heard from Liga MX's Reddit that Ambrice isn't the right look for a Mexican manager. That's what I've heard. Like, he doesn't represent what they want a Mexican manager to be. That's what I've heard. I believe it. But which that's a stupid thing to freaking run your federation on. But then again, it's the Mexican Federation, so what do you know? How many U.S. players in Liga MX? Brandon Vasquez, Cade Cowell, Alejandro Zendejas. 3 big ones, at least. Trying to think. There might be some smaller ones that I'm missing right now, but the big ones, there's 3. Cade Cowell. He was at the Gold Cup. I mean, yeah, he could switch, but he could still switch, but he was at the Gold Cup, so I wouldn't like him, but he's at Mexico. Well, I don't think you have to worry about that right now. Herediano playing forward. Unless Jimmy Lozano has enough and puts his balls on the table and says, nah, I'm done with y'all idiot asses. If they piss him off, then you might have to worry. But there are many more with dual nationality. Heard that too. It's a thing. Lol. I wanted Almada from Pachuca at Mexico. He knows how to work with youngsters. True. Just got home. Nothing yet. Still 0-0. 16th minute. 0-0 between both sides. When's the next U.S. player going to Europe? It ain't going to be Brandon Vasquez because he chose to go to Mexico and they ain't selling him. Well, maybe they actually would. I don't know. Now, I feel like they would keep him in Mexico as much as they can because they don't want to help the USA get better. Same as Cade Cowell and Alejandro Zendejas. They won't sell their own players to Europe, but they also won't sell the American players in the league to Europe that possibly could go to Europe because that would also be stupid. If you're basically shooting your players in the foot, why help a U.S. player go to Europe and help them get better? So, let's see. Next American player to go to Europe. Nah, that's a little bit too early. I could say Ted Di-Pietro. Maybe. Ted Di-Pietro. That's a big name that I think. Benjamin Kromashki, even though he's half Argentinian. Depends on where he goes, but we could keep that. Benjamin Kromashki. Ted Di-Pietro. Yeah, that's where I'll go with it. One of them two. There isn't really any really hot names. It would have been Brandon Vasquez or Miles Robinson, but one chose to stay in MLS, one chose to go to Mexico. So, yeah, it's either Ted Di-Pietro or Benjamin Kromashki. He is American, but possibly could choose Argentina. David Ruiz is Honduran, but I do believe David Ruiz could easily go to Europe very soon. He is an MLS team. If you want to go by that, now I do believe he could go to Europe very soon, David Ruiz. I think that's very possible, but Verderame is a very good player in Monterrey. Would miss him greatly, but for $15 million, sell him. Well, it's going to be higher than that. Portland want to pay higher than that. They want to pay like $18, $20 million. I mean, you ain't getting that many days. Also, there's a thing that Ambriz called up the national team and started hostility with the federation, but he spoke facts. Mexico lost his identity, and the only leader is Edson Alvarez. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I don't disagree. It might actually be helping him, ironically enough. It's funny because going into it, I'm like, this ain't going to help him. He ain't going to make the national team. He's dropping himself down the depth chart. Turns out, he might just be number 2 or number 3 on the striker depth chart going into the Nations League and Copa America because how he's doing at Monterrey. Because Balogun ain't performing. Brandon Vasquez and Pepe's a wash, to be honest, and Pepe's kind of slowed down from what he was a couple of months ago. Ferreira ain't that good. I mean, yeah, arguably Brandon Vasquez could be tied for second as a U.S. striker right now because how he's playing at Monterrey. going into the summer. Shot, saved by Funkel. Rebound, another save. You know, they did shock me that it was a good decision. Berterame said he wants to play Copa America with Mexico. He's getting his Mexican nationality soon. If he goes to the MLS, this possibility goes down the drain. So, Cabecita. Maybe they're also trying to gum up the work so he gets his nationality, then can go to MLS. So it's beneficial. It's a twofold. Actually, Berterame over Henry, yeah, I would go with that. Going to one of the best teams in the continent, regularly fighting for league titles and Champions Cups, and Monterrey already have a spot in the 2025 Club World Cup. True. U.S. women's played really well. They played really well. They answered back from the Mexico game. They were being tough. They scored a good couple of goals. They defended very well. Colombia disappointed me, honestly. I expected better out of Colombia after watching the Women's World Cup and all that. I expected more out of Colombia. I thought it'd be a lot closer, but it was basically an overrun. Like, that was the old U.S. in that match. They got overran, Colombia did. But I think they tried to be too physical as well. I think they tried to get into the U.S.'s heads and been too physical and shithousing, and it bit them in the ass. I don't think you do that against the USA who's already pissed off, and you try to piss them off even more. Can't believe it's already March, birth month. Happy birth month. That's fair. That is fair. 21st minute. But I don't disagree either. And besides, the only time playing in Europe should be a locked-on starter for a national team, especially for like the USA or something, is England or Italy. If you're playing in one of those two countries, if you're just a squad player, you're locked on. I'm not saying the Premier League is as good as the Euro snobs would like you to believe, but it's still one of the two best leagues in Europe. Serie A is better. But if you're playing in Italy or England, you deserve to be a locked-on starter for your national team. If you're playing in the USA, Jamaica, or so on and so forth. Even if you're a squad player at your club. Anything else? No. I would honestly, to be totally honest, I would rather take a Liga MX player or an MLS player who's playing regularly, who's playing well, than taking a La Liga or Eredivisie player who's playing as a squad player. And to be honest, if you are in the Eredivisie and you're playing as a squad player, you're not good enough anyway. Hate to tell you, but that's a league that you should be able to make the next step to. There's a reason. Now, you could say, but Josie Altidore, he did well in the Eredivisie. He was horrible in the Premier League. This is true. Now, this is true. Josie Altidore was not cut out for the Premier League, for La Liga, nothing. This is true. But he was cut out for the Eredivisie. Point being is that just shows you exactly that it's not much. He didn't play much in MLS. Played like a year before that. But, you know. Again, if you're playing regularly and playing well and you're an MLS or Liga MX, I'd rather take you than take somebody in Europe if you're not in England or Italy. Especially if you're a squad player. Well, I mean, he's already on a really big team anyway, so... Mexican Federation chooses yes men for the national team. It's the biggest owners of the clubs, hoarding the top and choosing which players go. They made Tata even take off form Raul Jimenez over Santi. Same with Ochoa. That's true. Televisa's going bankrupt. Pack watch. Eredivisie is equal to MLS. I'd say MLS is better. To be honest, I'd say MLS is better. At least the top end. Like, I mean, to me, you know, like, yeah, I mean, Ajax is better than the MLS. True. But that's about it. Like, the top end of MLS is better than most of the Eredivisie. Ajax and Feyenoord are better than the top end of MLS. It's not far. Okay, we'll go with equal. But I think there's a little bit more nuance to this, personally. I think there's a little bit more nuance. MLS a decent league. This guy, Usmar Adrisi, came to Pachuca from Eredivisie. Is owning Liga MX, though. You need to check out his highlights. I will, but I'll also probably see him play tonight because guess what? We'll be live for Philly versus Pachuca. If he's going to own anybody, it would be Philadelphia, who ain't got no defense anymore. I don't know what happened to Jakob Glesnes, but somebody must have men in blacked him with a freaking mind eraser because he forgot how to defend. Still 0-0, 25th minute. By the way, U.S. women's national team play friendlies in June, which will be Emma Hayes' debut against South Korea. They need to play some friendlies so before they go on to the Olympics. I'm sure they'll play like a send-off game in like July as well. Televisa ain't going bankrupt. Pack watch in Mexico. You take out Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV. The other teams are mid. MLS, you have anyone that can beat anyone. Exactly. Well, hell, you could even really just take out Ajax and Feyenoord. I mean, PSV is... Pachuca, Philly, going to be good. Can't wait to see Eric Sanchez and Adrisi. Hopefully they cook Philly. Oh, they will. Again, Philly don't know how to defend anymore. I don't know what happened. And if Andre Blake's not in goal, I'm sorry. It's going to be even worse. '26th minute. Timbers got Miguel Araujo from the Dutch league, but it was one of the lower teams in the division. Hey, at least if he's better for y'all. Hey, Dr. Umar goes after everything. I mean, legitimately, I heard him on a podcast where he was like, I respect Tyler Perry for building the biggest African-American movie studio, but we don't need another Medea. I'm like, so, yeah, Tyler Perry did a lot of great things. He went from rags to riches. He built a big studio. But you're going to say we don't need another Medea, but I respect that he built a studio off the back of that character. What? The only reason that studio got built is that character, that series, those 30 movies. Like, he's not going to make a children's network to tell stories about the history. What? He's not going to do that. That's not where his bread is buttered. So, it made no sense. Like, I know you're hoping, but it doesn't make any sense. Tyler Perry is not going to do anything that isn't Medea or his TV shows or whatever. He's not doing anything positive. He never will. So, I hate to tell you, he's not doing anything positive with his platform. He ain't changing up now. There's a reason why they let that studio be built. He ain't doing nothing positive with it. You think they were going to let him get to the level he's got to if he was doing anything positive with it? Come on, you know Hollywood better than that. Come on now. Come on, you know Hollywood better than that. If Tyler Perry was doing anything positive with the studio, he was never going to get to the level he is now. Now, if he's playing the long game, I don't think he is. Maybe he is playing the long game. I don't think so. We know Hollywood. Come on now. I mean, yeah, I wish Tyler Perry would do something positive with his platform. Yes, I agree with Umar. Do I know he won't? Yeah. Because that's how Hollywood works. I just felt there was a bit of, it was like, okay. I get what Umar was saying. I get it, but you shouldn't be hoping because it's not changing. You know how Hollywood works as much as we all do. Okay. I mean, it looks like a good signing, but another signing for Miami. It's more like a Farias Redondo level signing. Hope it works out. But it's a good move. It should work. I'm not questioning Miami after what they pulled on the weekend. So that's why you don't question them. I'm going to let them be. Good move. Mm-hmm. Don't disrespect PSV. They're in the round of 16 with a good chance to advance to the quarters. Still ain't Ajax or Feyenoord, though. My point. Televisa is going bankrupt, though. They recently registered Club America in the Mexican stock exchange to allow investors for the team that can't afford it anymore. 31st minute. Maybe I should. I don't know. It's also Hugo Mbong going to San Antonio FC. He needs match time, and I think he needs match time over TFC2 level. So I think it's a good move. It's like Peruzza or Adeniran. I think it's a good move. I think you'll like Hugo. He's a good striker. He's got good instincts. I don't know if he's good enough for MLS yet. He didn't really look like it last year. Same with Batiste. We were just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. But, I mean, Hugo Mbong does have good underlying metrics, a good ceiling. You should be good with him. I think you should like him. So he'll be good there. Rangers are favorites to lend Wenberg, Seattle Kraken 3C. That's true. Saul Matias can also play center mid. Probably needs multiple positions. 31st minute, still 0-0. Robinhood defending well. As long as they could get back with a 0-0 draw or a 1-0 win, they'll probably win this tie. Header, here's a chance. Shot over the bar. Empty net. Can it be cleared? And it's a goal. It's a goal for Herediano. Causing enough confusion to make sure that goes into the back of the net, and Robinhood finally breaks down. There it is for Herediano. 1-0. Herediano, 1-0. Confusion. Multiple saves, but it just wasn't cleared. Open net, and nothing more, nothing less. That is Getzel Montes with a goal. Getzel Montes scores, taps it in. Nobody was watching him. I mean, that was some bad defense right there. Getzel Montes in the 32nd minute. (1-0), 1-0. Funnily enough, Herediano's coach is the ex-Mexican player, Pete Altamirano. Interesting. We tried. I mean, that was a bad defensive. But, hey. You went down 1-0 at Molca. You still won the tie. That's all I'm going to say. This is different, but still. You allow another, you might be in trouble. But if you get an away goal, you might still have a chance as well. I'm just saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah, the goal was coming, but still. Avs need a 2C and a backup goalie. A Noonan playing lights out in net first 2 starts. That's true. Happy MLS All-Star versus Liga MX All-Stars is back hype before the Leagues Cup. That's the way they should open up the Leagues Cup month. MLS Liga MX All-Star game. I said it last year. I'll say it again. Now, what I will say that they didn't do is I'm still standing with the this one counts thought. The winner decides who hosts the final. What league hosts the final of Leagues Cup? That's what they should do. But I'll still take it being MLS versus Liga MX All-Stars without this one counts. But what would make it even more awesome is 4 days, 4 Leagues Cup. This one counts. MLS, Liga MX All-Stars. So you have some stakes behind it besides just bragging rights. Which those bragging rights could evaporate quickly for one or the other sides because Leagues Cup, there should be some actual stakes to it. But at least they made the first part of the decision. Maybe the second part comes later. That's all I'm saying. But no, they shouldn't be playing. I'm surprised they didn't try to do the Saudis this year. I would have thought, you know. Here's a chance. Shot! And blocked away. Ah! That was horrible. Well, depends if they would have called him onside, but he held on. All he had to do was, yeah, you're right. He should have passed it, and it would have been an open net. That's a bad one. That's a hat flick, Dimitro. Dimitro Andro. That's a hat flick. You should have passed it. But at least it's a corner because it was a save. I'd pull him instantly. I don't care. They're pulling off Leandro Dos Santos for Franklin Singo de Cromo, the hero. Planning to bet over 3.5 goals because that was the only decent bet with positive cut return. Decided not to. Fair enough. Bill Guerin's a flurry guy. Don't want to trade him. Yeah. Now, what we could do. Can we interest you in a slightly used Matt Murray? Avalanche, can we interest you in a slightly used Matt Murray? The way it's going, it looks like Toronto will have All-Stars for the first time in 4 years because there wasn't an All-Star game in 2020. They didn't have any All-Stars in 21, 22, or 23. So looks like we'll finally have some All-Stars again. Bernadeschi and Signe Larea, at least. I'm surprised Larea got snubbed all 3 of those years, though, I swear. Well, technically not 23 because he wasn't in the league during 23. But 21 and 22, he got snubbed. We should have at least had him as an all-star. But whatever. You can keep Matty Ice. Well, actually, no. He came in after the All-Star game in 22, so another situation. But 21, he got snubbed. Fair enough. I forgot about that, yeah. Came in halfway in 22, so. Yeah, he got snubbed in 22. Not snubbed in 22. He got snubbed in 21, Richie. 38th minute. Past the post. 39th minute, still 1-0. 1-0 to keep Matty Ice. Okay. Barely playing for the Leafs. We got Woll and Samsonov, and Samsonov is playing well. We're not trading Joseph Woll. Adam Henrique's on the market. Expect some teams to be interested. All I know is the Leafs need some defensemen. We need some defensemen. I know they already got the Boosh, but we need some defensemen. Some more defensemen. The Boosh. Cross in, save by Funkel. It was an easy save, but still, he made the save. 37th, so 40th minute. The boosh. Oh my God. I feel like they're getting a bit desperate, Robinhood. Will the Yankees be back this year now that certain players have left or finally retired? Looking at you, Donaldson. I'm not taking no Josh Donaldson slander on this channel. There's no Josh Donaldson slander on this channel. I mean, yeah, he was crap for the Yankees, but he was the MVP for the Toronto Blue Jays. So, I mean, we had his best years, so no Donaldson slander. Also, the Braves had a pretty good year from him, too, 2019 as well. So, that also, I'll take that as well. But, I mean, yeah, the Yankees will be better this year. I wouldn't say back, but they'll be better. Marcus Stroman will, honestly, hot take, Marcus Stroman will be a better pitcher this year than Garrett Cole. Hot take. I'm calling it now. Marcus Stroman has a better season than Garrett Cole. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. It looks like probably more likely, yes. Hannafin, I mean, I'd take that. No Donaldson slander. 41st minute. But Stroman's going to have a better season than Garrett Cole. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Now, I wish he was still wearing blue, but, well, this blue, but, he's not. But, no, Marcus Stroman's going to have a better season than Garrett Cole. He is. Juan Soto helps us because we didn't have any lefties in the batting order. It killed our balance. Yeah, the Jays knows how that feels because last 2022, actually. You need lefties, turns out. At least 3 or 4. Turns out. Having all righties is not a good thing. Trust me, I know. I'm not saying to put like 3 lefties in the lineup experiment worked perfectly, but 42nd minute. And that's way too long of a pass. Overcooked pass. That'll be a goal kick. Yeah, he's a Chivas fan. What do you expect? Playing forward is the 43rd minute. Okay. Playing forward. Free kick here. Cody Bellinger would have been a nice pickup, too. I'm glad he's still with the Cubs. I'm just glad he's still with the Cubs. Okay. There we go. Free kick here for Herediano. 44th minute, 1-0, 1-0. Takes a shot. Header. Brought down. Oh, no, not another one of these. Funkel and Andro have been good so far. Funkel, yes. Dimitro Andro should have passed the ball. I mean, besides that, he's been good, but he should have passed the ball. Getting Verdugo helps a lot, so Stanton only has a DH now. Yeah, I think Stanton's only a DH. One of them's a DH at this point. I'd say Stanton. Judge, I think he'll be fine in the field. I think Judge will be fine in the field still. Stanton needs to be a DH, but one of them needs to be a DH. '45th minute. And that's 1 minute of stoppage time. Still 1-0 for Herediano. 1-0. I feel like the Bulls are a bit nervous. They're playing better the last 10 minutes. You say better, I say desperate, but okay. I could say both. They needed some energy, so I guess desperate matters. I guess it worked. It worked. Say better, I say desperate. 20 seconds. But, I mean, yeah, Robinhood do look better these past 10 minutes. I will say that. But again, it could just be the desperateness of having to at least get a goal. We're right at 1 minute. Let's see if they let him play. Halftime. Halftime, it is 1-0. Miro tiempo 1-0. Take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight, we will be back. Herediano leads. Take a short break, we'll be back. Sit tight. back for the stats, the half. That is pretty good. I remember having like lemon pepper mahi maybe once, or not once, but a couple of times. It was a while ago though. Way while ago. For like what, 3 years? It was one of a favorite thing. But yeah, that sounds pretty good. Damn. I need to do that. At least find a recipe, because I don't think the same thing that we use or that same brand that made it back then is still around. I think I maybe have the problem. Maybe have to do it at home. Or even flounder. Maybe even like lemon pepper flounder or something. But yeah, now that you say that, damn. Damn. That sounds good. Now I'm going to be looking for recipes of lemon pepper fish on Pinterest. Thank you very much. It's your fault. I'll answer this before I do the stats. I would go over. I would do the over and Pachuca. Pachuca money line and the over. I don't think Philly's going to score. I don't trust them to score, especially against Pachuca. Even though they're at home, I don't trust them to score. They could. I'm not saying they won't, but I don't trust them to score. I'd say the over, probably because Philly, I'd say it's 50-50. But Pachuca still hit the over on their own. But yeah, Philly scores. You're definitely getting the over and the Pachuca money line. So that's what I'm going for. If you want to throw both teams a score on there, might as well. But, I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't. But if you want to throw that in there, you can do what you want. I'm not saying no. But if you think you want to put both teams to score because it's in Philly, you go right ahead. If you're going to go with over, I guess that would really help. But stats at the half, 64% possession to 36% possession, 23 shots to 4, 10 shots on goal to 1, 247 accurate passes to 120, 89% pass accuracy to 75, 4 fouls to 3, 5 corners to 1, 23 shots to 4. 10 shots on goal to 1, 278 passes to 160, 89% pass accuracy to 75, 16 throws to 7, 1 offside to 0, 0 yellows to 0, 0 reds to 0, 1-0 for Herediano. Herediano started the game better. They had more forward play. They got a goal they deserved. Robinhood's looked better for the past 10 minutes, but Robinhood's had most of this, or Herediano's had most of this game. Pachuca is scoring a lot of goals, though. If you've seen Pachuca, they've played really well recently. Philly has no defense. Pachuca scored a good bit of goals. They have really good goal scorers. They may be the underdog on the money line, but that's because Philly was doing better last year. These Vegas people don't pay attention very well, okay? If they were watching that Saprissa tie, they'd be like, you know what? Maybe Pachuca should be closer to favorites. Trust me. Philly is trash right now. And the 2 MLS games Philly's played. At best, they're mid. Pachuca at least could score. Here's the problem. The thing that makes Philly mid is the fact their defense isn't playing well. I'd say if you do go the Pachuca money line, you're going to get some money. But you're going to make a good call, let me tell you. Because Philly ain't got no defense right now. Pachuca could score. Philly ain't got no defense right now. That's why I said over as well. Philly looks like trash right now. That's all I'm saying. That number is misleading, but you're going to make some money off of it, let me tell you. You're going to make some money off of it. Since that number is so misleading. Lock that shit in. I can't believe the odds are so bad. Or so wrong, I should say. Damn. If I had time to put in a bet, I would put in that bet too. Shit. Plus 285. That is such a bad line. I swear to God. That is such a misleading bad line. But if it's going to make you money, I'll take advantage of that. You're going to have such a bad line. Plus 285. See, I'd probably be better at setting these lines because I actually watch the games. I don't go by their name. I actually watch the games. I would probably be better at setting these lines. But see, I probably wouldn't con people. That's my problem. There we go. There we go. When you make a good bit of money, you better thank me. When you hit pretty good off that money line, you better thank me. And if they lose, it's my fault, I guess. And if you don't get it, it's my fault. If you win, you can be happy with me. You could thank me. If you're mad at me, you could tell me to F off. Fair enough. If you don't win, you can tell me to F off. Fair enough. Philly will not get lucky against Pachuca like they did against Saprissa. Luck will run out. Run out straight, turn their back against Philly. NYCFC made a tweak to their badge. It seems like it doesn't look good. What? Are we talking about like their actual badge or the fact they were using their monogram on their away kits? What are we talking about? Like, did they actually change the logo? I didn't see anything about this. Did this just happen? Or are they going with a monogram as their crest fully? I don't know. So just their interim or whatever, or not interim, whatever. Waiting for the second half to start. Fair enough. Just go money line. Saw earlier it's a rumor. Send it to me. Yeah, I think money line. Sure, go with the money line. The money line is the odds on the money line are so screwed that honestly, just go with the money line. I was thinking, I didn't see the odds. I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the odds. I was going by what I thought and what I've seen. I thought Pachuca would be a lot closer, even if they were the underdog. I didn't think they'd be that far behind. So, yeah, go the money line. Shit, you'll still make some good money out of that, even if you throw on like $10. I think, yeah, I agree so. Like, you got a good rate of investment or return on investment there if you win, especially without anything else. So yeah, I think money line should do it. If it was the money line was a lot closer, I would have went with the over too. But with just that money line of how screwed up it is, yeah, money line. Apparently, I'm hearing the French league is going to be called Liga and McDonald's next season. Yeah, it's going to be Liga and McDonald's next season. Which is fitting because Liga is so overrated. It's just as overrated as McDonald's is. Robble. McDonald's is so overrated and Liga is so overrated. It's a match made in heaven. Especially if they lose Mbappe. It's a match made in heaven. Honestly, I mean, I do eat McDonald's a good bit. I'm not saying I don't. But I will say this, it's overrated and it's definitely not healthy. Like, I'm not saying any fast food is healthy, but at least Hardee's is real. If I bet 10, I win 28. Very good. Still pretty good, yeah. Like, at least Hardee's food is real. At least the patties at Hardee's are real. At least the chicken tenders at Hardee's are real. You can't fake fries. The breakfasts at Hardee's are real. I like Hardee's. I really do. Or for some of you, that might be Carl's Jr. But either way, I like Hardee's. It's just a lot more expensive. The problem is it's a lot more expensive. And same with Wendy's. Like Wendy's and Hardee's are more expensive than McDonald's because McDonald's makes fake food. Their food definitely either half food or fake food. Like, you don't know what you're eating if you're eating from McDonald's, but somehow they make it tasty. Well, there you go. Hardee's is more real. Wendy's is more real. DQ, more real. Especially the chicken nuggets. I mean, if you wanted real chicken nuggets, you know where you could go? Chick-fil-A. Besides, those do taste better. I mean, Chick-fil-A, again, more expensive. Different shape, but shit, I want to go to Chick-fil-A now. Miami are selling John Molta. You disrespecting Chick-fil-A? Why I oughta. To Brazilian club John Molta. Probably because they're getting that new dude. They have to keep the appearance up of following the rules. Why did Miami trade Deontay Yedlin? I have no idea. More money for their roster. More money to put under their cap. To keep up the appearance of them actually following the rules. Substitution for Herediano. Because God knows they probably don't. Garber ain't making them follow the rules. It's the rules. The rules. The rules. And we're off in the second half. 45 more minutes in this match. Gressel is godly. He's better as a midfielder, though. He's not. They're going to have to play him at wing back now. He's better as a midfielder. Araya on for Rubio. See, Gressel's better as a midfielder with this Miami team. We saw it on the weekend. So until they get Sergio Roberto, it's Gressel playing right back for 3 months. Unless they get Sergio Roberto now or very soon, which that could be the case. But I wouldn't even want to waste a week or two of Gressel playing right back. But that's just me. I don't know. It was already working. It was working so well on the weekend. Now you just want to change it because over the top of the net. That's the plan. They're getting Sergio Roberto from Barcelona. Yeah, it sounds like it. They've been going for him for about a good couple of months now. First rumor I heard about it was about what? Is it October? So this has been something they've been working at for a while. Herediano playing forward, shot blocked away. Good defense. Man, if Robinhood didn't get caught out that one time. Football, sometimes it's a sad mistress. Playing forward, Robinhood. What if Miami and Barcelona had a partnership? At this point, they do. Playing forward. Playing back to the defender, that'd be a goal kick. 48th minute. Yeah, after what I saw, yeah. I think they're actually a contender for MLS Cup, Champions Cup, Leagues Cup. I think they're a contender for all that. Now, the Supporter Shield, no. No, I don't think so. They may be top of the league right now, but they're going to fall off at some point. I don't think they can serve for 34 games in the league. I don't think they can hold serve. I think they're going to fall off at some point, especially when Messi is gone, possibly Suarez. I don't think they're going to hold serve. Sub in for Herediano. Probably not a case of them possibly holding serve. But cup tournaments, yeah, they're a contender for all of them now that they're in. They're a contender for all the cup tournaments that they're in right now. They are. They'll be fine in cup tournaments. They'll probably do great in cup tournaments. Problem is, league season, they'll probably finish 4th or 5th. But as I'm going to agree with the Hercules Gomez on this, because if you watch Football Americas, he basically said the same thing. He said that they'll be good in cup competitions, but they can't keep consistent for 34 games because Messi will be gone at times, because possibly Suarez during Copa, injuries. They still haven't built the team well. It's not like this team is perfect. '50th minute. Takes a shot. Good save by Funkel. Honestly, I have to say it, even though Robinhood might lose, Funkel's man in the match. He's playing well. Like, he is playing well. Like, Funkel is man of the match. Straight up, even if they lose. I'm going to go with it. Playing forward. Herediano looking like they're dominating this half so far. Foul, 52-minute. Man. Yeah, it's just not falling their way. It's just not meant to be. It's just not falling their way. I need another goal. For Robinhood or Herediano? We can stretch them out of their shape so easily, but the decision-making near the end is so poor. We're missing Girault so badly. Yeah, you were right about that one. Jamilio Rigters just can't cut it. Anybody. You're betting, I guess, aren't you? 53rd minute. Yeah. And it sucks Shaquille Cairo's basically just being held hostage by the Jamaican League. He went there and he ain't even playing. '54th minute. He wants that over. 54th minute. '54th minute. I don't even watch this league. I watched PSG Bayern today. That was a good game. Those were some good games to watch. I'll agree. But you're missing out not watching CONCACAF Champions Cup. You're missing out. This game isn't as good as I expected it to be, though. I'm not going to lie. Philly Pachuca might be somewhat good. I don't have high hopes. Shaquille Cairo is also stupid. His dad talks shit about Robinhood, and that's one of the reasons he left Robinhood. Honestly, he should have just stayed and maybe get scouted by a better team. You know, I'm not saying he's right, and I'm not saying he's smart, but I'll be the devil's advocate a bit here. Maybe he thought that the Caribbean Cup would be the highest moment of his club career, and he had to make something out of it. He had to get something out of it. Even though knowing he could have played Champions Cup this spring, he chose to make sure at his highest moment he could have got a move. It didn't pan out for him, but I see the thought process. Like, Robinhood's been in the wilderness for a while. They had a good history. Now they have a Caribbean Cup, but they've been in the wilderness for a while. Maybe he knew that he had to make the call. You didn't know how well the Champions Cup would have went, even with him. So I'm not saying he was right, but I see the thought process. 56th minute. Anthony Mantha is being traded to the Vegas Golden Knights from the Capitals. Breaking news. Good move for Vegas. Isaiah's here. What do you think? Anthony Mantha to the Vegas Golden Knights. I think it's a good move, though. Herediano. Over the top. Fonkel would say 47th minute. Playing forward, 57th minute. And that'll be cleared. But Robinhood gets the ball back. They have some time. They have a run. Can they find something? Free kick! Yes, free kick. Fonkel's definitely a beast, though, and he's only 18 years old. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. Honestly, I think he'd be good in MLS. Just saying. Better than Greg Ronchitsing. Can't wait for San Antonio's opening game against Loudoun United FC and for the USL to kick off this week. Yep, the USL is about to begin. '58th minute. Elias Aguilar got a yellow card, free kick for Robinhood. If they could get a goal here, that would be really good. And if they could keep it 1-1, that would also be much more than just very good. Free kick taken, or will be. Here we go. Free kick taken and sailed over the bar. Oh my God. So much bad decisions in the final third for Robinhood. Saved. I'm doing 2 of the 3. I'm doing this one in Philly. I'll be watching Tigres Orlando as it's on, but I'll be doing the first 2. One to finish a bit earlier. Since I'm doing the early one, why not finish early? Still RSR for Philly Pachuca, though. Then, of course, 7 and 9 tomorrow. Andre Blake's back in the starting 11, thank God. Pachuca might have it a bit harder then. I say a bit. Jakob Glesnes has still had a bad season so far. Shot blocked away. We'll see if Blake can carry. He didn't carry against Saprissa. Playing forward. Robinhood. Foul. Free kick. And Rigters gets caught up, but it's a free kick. Another dog-so sort of situation. Yellow card, though. 60th minute. So 2, 2, and 2. I'm doing 2 games per day during this first round. And the second leg's next week. Yeah, 2, 2, and 2. Orlando Gallo gets a yellow card. 60th minute. 30 minutes to go. Plays forward. I need a goal now. And that was horrible. Robinhood in the final third. Oh, my God. Rigters with a cross. Andro gets it back. Armando Villarreal is in charge of Columbus, Houston tomorrow. They let a U.S. ref be in charge of Columbus, Houston. Okay. That makes no sense. Okay. Also, MLS All-Stars in Columbus means the team is being coached by Wilfred Nancy, which I can't wait to see him coach his All-Star game better than DC. Yeah, Wilfred Nancy is going to coach that All-Star team so well. I mean, Wilfred Nancy, he's awesome. I'm glad he's in Columbus now. I mean, I gave him his props when he was in Montreal, but I legitimately don't feel bad about giving him props now he's in Columbus. He legitimately is good. I can actually be impressed with how he plays instead of, hating it because I know Toronto's going to get shellacked by it. Well, I mean, we're still going to play them, but it's not like Montreal. Takes a shot. Oh! It's just a wide. I think he'll get voted in. I think he gets voted in. But I don't see any other strikers. Well, Bouanga maybe. True. The decision-making is so depressing. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that wasn't a bad shot. It just went too wide, but still, decision-making ain't great. 1-0 for Herediano. 1-0. 63rd minute. Playing forward. Cleared away by Robinhood. Playing forward. Nice play. That might actually be the first good decision they made. Up to the tip of the spear. Still. And there's the bad decision. Oh, my God. Kind of glad it's Liga MX again. Means a competitive game. I agree. But you only have like 5 subs. So, unless you want it to be turned on. I mean, what else? You know, I mean, it's got to be turned on, right? That's it. Like, it's got to be turned on. Like, other than that, you're putting on somebody who's probably just as bad or questionable. Like, really, you only can make 2 subs and be safe with that. Header, Funkel, what a save! As I said, he's man of the match even if they lose. Who do you think are the 2 coaches' picks for the All-Star game? I could see where you're going with Cucho, but of course, you mean the commissioner's picks? Coaches get more than 2, I thought. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I'm thinking of MLB. Maybe I'm thinking of MLB, but last 2 picks, I'm not even sure. Turdon should get in. And Carlos da Silva should get subbed off for Asias. Asias can at least shoot from range. Let's see what the subs are. Number 15. So, we got Turdon coming on for Robinhood. We got a sub for Herediano, but Turdon will be coming on for Robinhood. And Funkel's down. Oh, my God. Just can't get any worse. He's up on his feet. That's the good news. So, 25. We got Jawari coming on. We got Jawari coming on for Belfour, Illyrio Belfour. Or no, maybe he was just getting a water bottle. Rodriguez is off. For Garza. Wari is on for Carlos da Silva. This is confusing. Yeah, I can see it. Columbus wins a close one tomorrow. 2 important away goals. And Turdon is coming on for number 14, Rosbell. See, there you go. There's what you wanted. Turdon for Rosbell. There we go. So, they got off. So they got off Da Silva, but for Jawari, and Turdon is on for Rosbell. That's about what you wanted, except it's not Asias, but you know, whatever. At least Turdon is on. See what that does. 67 minute, 1-0. At least they got one of them on. Still got, and it looks like, and it's Funkel still on for now. Herediano made 1 sub. I mean, yeah, Hagen starting would probably be a good thing. Well, I don't know about CCL. Houston, probably the safest play to do it, but we'll see. '68th minute. 68th minute. Playing forward. Praying for what? It's good you're praying, but what are you praying for? 68th minute. Playing in. Oh, that was honestly a better play than most. Didn't pan out well, but better play than most. 69th minute. Better play than most. '69th minute. Up Robinhood. They need to start making some better decisions in the final third. Defensively, they got caught out once, but they need to start making some better decisions in the final third. Hopefully, putting on Turdon helps that. I would say so. But we'll see. We'll see. What's your prediction for Austin FC versus St. Louis in Austin? St. Louis 3-0. Austin sucks. St. Louis 3-0. Hopefully we get our DP striker in the next 24 to 72 hours. Sounds to me. The play, let's say this, the playing forward. Okay, playing forward. Oh, here's a good one, and that'll be cleared. Pass just a little bit to the right. Playing forward, Herediano. Suriname, Robinhood, going to win 100%. The problem is how much you need to win by. If it's 1-0, you could probably still get at least an extra time out of it. Okay, we got it. 72nd minute. Let's go Robinhood, says top. They're making some better decisions in the final third since they've made their subs. That's the good news. They've defended pretty well for most of the night. Jonathan Fonkel's been great. Here's a chance. Come on. Right to the keeper of Herediano. Second ball, nowhere. Robinhood's a Caribbean club from Suriname. Herediano's a Costa Rican club, Central American. Save by Fonkel. Jonathan Fonkel, he should be in MLS. He's good. He good. 31 shots and 1 goal. Jonathan Fonkel's on fire right now. Thank you very much. That's probably, thank Jonathan Fonkel for that. 31 shots and 1 goal, because most of them have been Herediano's. He's on fire. Like, he's man of the match, even if Robinhood lose. Jonathan Fonkel's man of the match. Simple. He is simply the man of the match. He is freaking amazing right now, and his leg is cramping up. This is probably the moment where they have to sub him out. Which player from Suriname would you want on Toronto? Jonathan Fonkel for Toronto FC. I like Luka Gavran, but Jonathan Fonkel could end up being the second keeper. But even then, even if he's the third or he's playing for TFC too, he's still better than Greg Ranjit Singh. I trust Jonathan Fonkel way more than I do Greg Ranjit Singh. Why the hell they re-signed him, I have no idea. And Jonathan Fonkel is better than Adisa Di Rosario, which I like Girault. I like Adisa Di Rosario. I like him. Good player, good goalkeeper. Jonathan Fonkel's better. Yeltsin Teja's on for Alan Cruz. He ain't going to be better than Sean Johnson. He ain't going to be higher than Sean Johnson. Maybe he could beat Sean Johnson for the starting job. Last year, definitely could have. Now, I'm not so sure. But he certainly would at least be second. I think Fonkel could beat out Luka Gavran for second. And he certainly would beat out Greg Ranjit Singh for third. Hell, we could send you Greg Ranjit Singh. Enjoy that. If you still had Shaquille Cairo, I'd say we need a striker. I would take a chance on Shaquille Cairo for Toronto FC. Here's the problem, though. He won't. Keep in mind, Fonkel's only 18, so he could get better. I said right now he wouldn't beat Sean Johnson for number 1. But if they gave him some games at number 2, by the time Sean Johnson leaves, I think he could take over as a starter and be just fine. Who knows? Maybe you would beat out Sean Johnson. I don't know. It's what over the bar. Sean Johnson might be on the Nations League roster if he keeps up this form. I don't see Calendar being on the roster. It'd be Turner, Celentano, and Johnson. You always talk the true, man. That's what I plan on doing. That's what I plan on doing. I see what I see. I'll say what I see. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to cut it to make people. I'm not going to cut it to keep feelings high. No, I'm going to say what I see. If I see something good, great. If I see something bad, I'm going to say it. And I don't like the decision-making by like half these players in the final third, but it's gotten better since they made the subs. Still haven't done anything out of it, but as long as they keep this 1-0, they have a chance at home next week. They have a chance. I mean, look at what happened with Mocha. They lost there. They won at home. They got through. So they've done this before. Herediano's not going to like going to Suriname. Just like I'm sure Robinhood didn't like going to Costa Rica. There's a lot of home. Here's the thing about CONCACAF. Home field advantage matters a lot. It really does. MLS, Liga MX, CONCACAF, home field advantage matters a lot. And if you're playing at home, you're much better than you are on the road. And then if you're an MLS team or just anybody going to Central America, it's not fun. If you're going to the Caribbean, it's even less fun, at least to play at the stadiums. I mean, I'm sure you'll see some great sun and some nice beaches and some, you'll see some eye candy as well, But playing on those pitches, you don't know what you'll get. Yeah, I had to throw that eye candy thing in there. I know. I mean, I'd love to go to Suriname. But if I was coaching a team playing there, hell, I'd be like, yeah, this field might not be great. May not be what you're used to, but it is what it is. And I'm sure that fan base is going to make sure you know it. But that's what it is. The best teams found a way to make it work anyway. You're not really a true contender if you don't find a way to make it work. Simple. 78th minute. I think the center backs have also been good. Yeah, but Fonkel's been making some saves. He's been making a lot of saves. That's a free kick. He got body checked. That's a free kick. Straight up. I mean, to just get body checked like that, I swear, man. I swear. 79th minute. Nah. That's something. Come on now. 78th minute. Playing forward. Ooh, save. 79th minute. Robinhood playing forward. And that pass was way too undercooked. But, oh, nope, second ball wasn't there. Almost. 79th minute. Almost. Just one thing. Hardest place to play in Mexico and CONCACAF is Mexico, especially in the Champions Cup, because no MLS teams have actually won there except Philly, but on aggregate. Oh, okay. No. Toronto won in Mexico against Chivas. On the night, they won in Mexico. Yes, they lost on penalties. But the reason why they lost on penalties, they won at Estadio Akron over 90 minutes. They have won. Toronto won in Mexico. Playing forward. Here's a chance. Dimitro Andro. Shot! And he just wheels it wide. Oh, my God. Ah! And he just floats it wide. From there. He's doing my head in, I swear. Well, he could have tied the game, but that basically would have felt like a win at this point, yeah. He's doing my head in. Jesus Christ. That's like 3 freaking horrible decisions. I mean, overall, he played pretty well, but those 3 overall bad decisions are going to overshadow this game by far. 81st minute. From there, he was in a position where 2-1. Remember the first half chance? Yep, I just referenced it. The 3 bad decisions he made. He scores 2 of those, game winner. If not, that would have been some good cushion. 3 away goals. Plays forward. It's rigged. No, it's not. I don't think CONCACAF could afford to rig something. He lost his brain. Now that he did. Shooting practice for him. I guess he's not good at shooting practice. Pull. There was a football version of Botchamania, that would go on it. Or if I did hat flicks, and players are down cramping. Get up. '82nd minute of 90. So tomorrow at 5 will be New England versus Alajuelense. We will not be live for that one. I will be live for Houston Dynamo, Columbus Crew, and Chivas America tomorrow. Then on the 7th, I'll be live for both matches. Cincinnati, Monterey, and Nashville, Miami. we'll see how I'll play things out for next week. Overall, 41 shots and 1 goal. Again, thank Jonathan Fonkel. Sadly, I can't do the second leg of Robinhood versus Herediano, as Miami and Chivas are playing the same day. Those are the big ones in this round. I can't miss Messi, and I can't miss the El Clasico. So, yeah. I think next week I'm going to do Pachuca, Philly, and then Tigres, Orlando. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Actually, scratch that. That'll be 2-0. It's 2-0 Herediano. And that'll do it. 2-0 Herediano. 10:30, damn. Actually, I might go live for Columbus, Houston, then Pachuca, Philly, and not Tigres, Orlando, because that's just way too late. Plays on, shot, blocked away. They were played on. Nah, that's 2-0. And that'll probably be the end of it for Robinhood. Probably the end of their hopes. 2-0. 2-0 Herediano. And that's given. It's 2-0. Adrian Garza. Hate to say it, but Robinhood basically just let Jonathan Fonkel hang out to dry. They basically just did. $2-0 2-0. Andrew, man, you done my head in. Yep. We need a striker like Cairo back. Yep, I agree. He was the big reason. They have Robinhood legitimately have wasted a freaking Superman performance from Jonathan Fonkel at the other end. And 2 times the defense got caught out. Like, seriously. Mostly at the other end, but the defense got caught out twice, of course. That matters. Fair enough. I was cheering for Robinhood because, you know, I liked their Cinderella story and their fans like me. So, you know what? I mean, did you not see how that final review did? That went off. Like, that blew up. That Robinhood versus Cavalier second leg review blew up. Like, that did so well. And I'm sure it's because of Robinhood fans, because like I saw like in the external, like at the analytics, somebody shared that video on Facebook. Must have been a Robinhood fan. I couldn't find the post. I've tried. I do not have a Facebook page. That probably doesn't help. You can only look so far on Facebook without an account. Andrew's getting subbed off. Way too late. Way too late. 87th minute. Mantha trade to Vegas. Washington will receive a second round or 4th round pick in 2024. So, I'm sure somebody probably saw that post and found it. Found this from that. The DP coming off for Stenberg. I mean, that was getting a lot of clicks. Like, that was a good portion of the clicks. Ferraz, El Orlando versus Tigres. Tigres, Victor, ganar. Tigres, ganar. Orlando, esta noche. En partido aire. No reaction de la partido. esta noche en vivo por Herediano contra Robinhood y Philadelphia contra Pachuca. Reacción de la Philadelphia contra Pachuca esta noche. Shot past the post, 88th minute. I don't blame him, because he was the one who made sure you had a chance. Of course he'd be stressed. Hell, I don't blame him. I don't blame him either. The man is legitimately hard carrying, and he's gotten no respect for it, or no help, I should say. The man is hard carrying, and he has no help. Of course, I'd be stressed too. I'd be stressed too. 89th minute. Hard. '89th minute. One minute plus stoppage time. Let's see how much we get given. So we're in copper. 30 seconds. $15 seconds. $55. Into the 90th minute. What do we got? 90th minute. How much stoppage time? Foul. Be a free kick. 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes of stoppage time. $30 seconds. $30 seconds. Dawn Turd tried, fair enough. Turd on, shot over the bar. Yep. Oh, Lord. Oh, there we go. There it is. We'll have that ready to go. 4 minutes to go. Let's bring it up on Rumble as well, because I'll be going live on Rumble as well for this next one. $3 minutes to go. Blocked away. Richter should be captain. Man, soft like Charmin. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. Soft. He's SAWFT soft. $3 minutes to go. Hey, pizza. $2:13. Of course, take a short break, and I'll be back for the Philly match. $2:30. Halfway there. Fonkel is cramping up. He put his body on the line for you, and you can't help him. Shame. Shame. Shame on all your houses. Shame on all your houses. Playing forward. 3 minutes in, 2 to go. Turd on. Has a chance. Pushed off the ball. Nothing given because today's Super Tuesday. I'll be watching the results. Don't worry. Not that I'll say any results, but I'll be watching the results. I'll be watching the results. Trust me. I'll be watching. 3 minutes in. Speaking of. Better. 3:24. A minute and a half to go. Shot. Clear, clear, clear. Clear the damn ball. There we go. Funkelwell. For 1 minute 45. Chance. Oh, what a save. Man, he's so good. Toronto should pick him up. I agree. I agree. If only to get Greg Ronjitsing the hell out of there. 1 minute to go. I can't believe they re-signed him. I can't believe it's not Butter. What's Super Tuesday? Political primaries. It's an election year, 2024. Republican and Democratic primaries over like half the country, like the biggest day of primaries. There's like 3 more mini Tuesdays, which is how Illinois votes. Mini Super Tuesdays, which is how Illinois votes on the 19th. So when you see me do that World Cup qualification video, you will see that I voted sticker, but whatever. As I will say that much. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. That replay took a while. 5 seconds. Past the 5th minute. Silverman played decent. But it's also Taco Tuesday. I'm still eating pizza tonight, though. Hey, pizza! Plays forward. Turd on. Cross. Can you just blow the damn whistle now, please? Plays forward. That's out. Should be the last kick of the game. And it's full time. Or no. It's both. Corner. Cross in. Brought down. And it gets over the bar. Goal kick. Full time. It's 2-0 for Herediano. 2-0 esta noche para Herediano. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for the Philly Pachuca live. See you then. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.